SpaceX prepares Falcon 9 booster for 11th launch and landing. Welcome to Techverse. The news is from the start of March, so let's start with the video. Earlier this week, SpaceX verified that the Falcon 9 rocket is on schedule to launch another batch of Starlink satellites in less than 48 hours, following the successful launch of an Atlas V rocket from a pad 2 miles south of the United Launch Alliance. At the time, Falcon 9 was slated to launch Starlink 429 from Kennedy Space Center Launch Complex 39A no earlier than on Thursday, March 3rd, from the Space Launch Complex. Surprisingly, unlike Starlink 428, which successfully launched 46 Starlink satellites into low Earth orbit on February 21st, Starlink 429, which appears to be on a similar track, will launch 47 satellites into LEO. It is unclear what caused the minor discrepancy in results. Last month, SpaceX had a huge anomaly when a geomagnetic storm warmed the Earth's atmosphere, leading 38 of the 49 Starlink 427 satellites that had just been launched to re-enter the atmosphere prematurely and burn up. Because of this, while SpaceX has not officially acknowledged the change, it looks that all subsequent Starlink missions will be launched into somewhat higher parking orbits than they were previously. The Starlink 424 mission, which was launched from the West Coast in December 2021, placed 52 satellites into a parking orbit with an orbital radius of 340 to 10 kilometers, that's 210 miles, and a diameter of 130 kilometers, that's 110 miles. Starlink 427, an East Coast mission, deployed 49 satellites into a 336 by 210 kilometer parking orbit on February 3rd, losing 3 satellites as a result of the extra performance required to avoid the Bahamas and land safely in the Atlantic Ocean. Following the failure of Starlink 427 due to space weather, SpaceX launched 46 Starlink 428 satellites, 3 less than 427, from the East Coast into a higher 337 by 325 kilometer parking orbit on February 21st, utilizing a similar trajectory. On February 25th, SpaceX launched 50 Starlink 411 satellites, a reduction of 2 from the previous launch, from the West Coast into a higher 316 by 306 kilometer parking orbit, which was higher than the previous orbit. After Starlink 427, SpaceX looks to be sacrificing a few Starlink satellites in order to launch to parking orbits that are somewhat higher and, therefore, slightly more stable than the previous orbits. In theory, this should completely eliminate the possibility of a repeat of the Starlink 427 anomaly, while just minimally extending the amount of time it should take dead-on arrival satellites to re-enter the atmosphere. While doing so increases the number of satellites that Falcon 9 can launch, the primary reason SpaceX launches Starlink satellites to such low orbits is to ensure that any failed satellites re-enter the atmosphere in a matter of days to a few weeks after launch, rather than years that it would take if it were launched to their operational 550 kilometers, that's 340-mile orbits, which would otherwise take years. The fact that Starlink 429 is expected to launch 1 additional Starlink satellite than Starlink 428 does not explain why Starlink 429 has been delayed. It's likely that SpaceX is fine-tuning its new insertion orbit while in flight, and that Starlink 429 is on its way to a slightly lower destination as a result of data acquired from Starlinks 428 and 4. Other possibilities include SpaceX adjusting another component of the Falcon 9's mission profile, or even modifying Starlink satellites, that is, adding or deleting mass, neither of which would be unusual for the firm given its history of innovation. Starlink 429, on the other hand, is intriguing for a number of additional reasons. Second, it will be the first recovery mission for the drone ship Just Raid the Instruction JRTI, which has been inactive since a mistake made by its onboard Octograbber rocket nearly resulted in the loss of an entire Falcon 9 booster in December 2021. SpaceX has fully discovered and corrected the root cause of the anomaly, as well as repaired both the drone ship and the robot that was aboard it, according to this interpretation. At the very least, SpaceX requires 2 functioning drone ships on the East Coast in order to realize its maximum launch cadence potential. Aside from rare low-performance missions that allow Falcon 9 boosters to return to land, SpaceX can only launch 1 East Coast Falcon 9 mission every 10 to 15 days and cannot support Falcon Heavy launches that require 2 at-sea booster landings. SpaceX is also unable to support Falcon Heavy launches that require 2 at-sea booster landings. Starlink 429 will be launched by the Falcon 9 B1060 rocket, which has been verified by SpaceX. Following B1051 and B1058, this mission will be the Falcon 9's 11th launch and landing attempt, and it will be the 3rd Falcon 9 booster to successfully support 11 orbital class launches if everything goes well. As a result, 3, that's 15% of the 19 Falcon 9 Block 5 rockets that SpaceX has demonstrated, will have single-handedly supported 33, that's 37% of the 89 Falcon 9 launches that the company has conducted since May of this year. it's difficult to imagine a more ringing endorsement of SpaceX's efforts to make its rocket reusable. SpaceX's Falcon 9 medium-lift launch vehicle is a partially reusable two-stage-to-orbit medium-lift vehicle that was designed and constructed in the United States. The most recent version of the first stage has the capability of returning to Earth and being flown several times. Powered by SpaceX Merlin engines, which burn cryogenic liquid oxygen and rocket-grade kerosene (RP-1) as propellants, the first and second stages of the rocket are launched simultaneously. The Millennium Falcon is a fictional Star Wars spacecraft, and the Merlin engines that power the rocket's first stage are named after the mythical Star Wars spacecraft. The rocket has gone through several iterations, including versions V1.0, that's 2010 to 2013, V1.1, that's 2013 to 2016, and V1.2, that's full thrust 2015 present, as well as the Block 5 full thrust variant, which has been flying since May 2018. The Falcon 9 is a partially reusable launch system, in contrast to the majority of rockets currently in service, which are expendable launch systems. Since the introduction of the full thrust version, the first stage has been capable of re-entering the atmosphere and landing vertically after separating from the second stage. In December 2015, Flight 20 became the first commercial flight to accomplish this accomplishment. It has been more than 100 landings since then, with some first stages flying as much as 12 times in one flight. In a cargo shroud with a volume of 145 cubic meters, Falcon 9 can carry payloads weighing up to 22,800 kilograms, that's 50,300 pounds, to low Earth orbit, 8,300 kilograms, that's 18,300 pounds, to geostationary transfer orbit when the first stage is recovered, and 5,500 kilograms, that's 12,100 pounds, to GTO when the first stage is recovered, all to low Earth orbit. The Intelsat 35E satellite had a payload weighing 6761 kilograms, that's 14,905 pounds, and Telstar 19V carried a payload weighing 7,075 kilograms, that's 14,905 pounds. The latter was launched into a low-energy geostationary transfer orbit, that's GTO, with an apogee that was well below the geostationary altitude, whilst the former was sent into an advantageous supersynchronous transfer orbit. In late 2021, a Falcon 9 rocket was used to send the IXPE probe into equatorial orbit from the Kennedy Space Center, with an orbital plane shift maneuver performed after the launch. Commercial Resupply Services (CRS) is a NASA Commercial Orbital Transportation Services (COTS) contract that allows SpaceX to deliver supplies to the International Space Station using the Falcon 9 rocket and Dragon spacecraft. The contract was awarded to SpaceX in 2008. The first mission under the contract was launched in October 8, 2012, while the second mission was launched on October 15, 2012. NASA astronauts will be transported to the International Space Station using the Falcon 9 rocket, which has been human-rated as part of the NASA Commercial Crew Development Program. Known as Category 3, the Falcon 9 has been certified for use in the National Security Space Launch Program and NASA Launch Services Program, and is capable of launching NASA missions that are the most expensive, significant, and complicated. Multiple sources have cited Falcon 9 as the world's most advanced space launch vehicle, and this has been confirmed by NASA. As of January 2021, Falcon 9 has completed the greatest number of launches of any of the United States' rockets currently in operation. It also is the only US rocket fully certified for human spaceflight into the International Space Station, as well as the only commercial rocket capable of launching humans into orbit. 143 satellites were launched into orbit by Falcon 9 on January 24, 2021, breaking the previous record of 132 satellites achieved by SpaceX's Falcon 1 rocket in 2012. From June 2010 through March 2013, a total of 5 rockets with version 1.0 design were launched. The version 1.1 software was launched 15 times between September 2013 and January 2016. The full-thrust version of the aircraft has been in service since December 2015, and it has had several additional enhancements since then. Block 5, the most recent full-thrust variation, was released in May of this year. It has higher engine thrust, improved landing legs, and other minor changes to aid with recovery and repurposing of the aircraft after landing. As its core, the Falcon Heavy variant, which made its first flight in February 2018, is composed of a reinforced Falcon 9 first stage, to which are attached and utilized as boosters, together with 2 more Falcon 9 first stages. SpaceX intends to someday replace the Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy launch systems with a considerably larger Starship launch system, which is currently in development. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. If you like it, please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.